In this video, we'll show you how we can handle pocketing on open pockets. So as you can see here, we've got a couple of simple shapes. So supposing we wanted to pocket out this area here, it's open, but it's based on a 3D model, so therefore it will know the extent that it's able to machine. In this example here, it's a 2D wireframe, so we'll need to do something a bit different there. Okay, so we're in the milling tab, so we go to Advanced Machining and we'll choose the tool we want. This is quite a small part, so we'll use a 10mm end mill. Surface path, triangle mesh, and we want to do roughing, so we choose that. And then the type of roughing can either be offset, parallel, or adaptive. We need to select the machining surfaces. So this is the surface that we want to machine. So we choose it, press enter. And then if we need to, we can change any offsets to leave finishing allowances and so on. This is also where we could apply any fixtures if we have them, so that it avoids the fixtures when it's roughing. But we'll leave those out, they're covered in another video. The heights will be taken from the machining surfaces, and the constant depth step we'll have that as say 5mm, and the maximum step over can be 5mm as well. So to get it to rough, we need to click on the roughing tab, and the stock definition, we switch that on, and there the stock definition will be the bounding box, so that will look at the model and create the toolpath for us. Okay, so as you can see, it's created the adaptive toolpath for that, and it's extended it so that the tool starts from the outside of the pocket and machines inside. The yellow lines that you see here are rapid movements between the end of one pass and the beginning of another pass. Now, one thing on the passes is I can't remember the size of this, but it doesn't matter too much. What we will do is, so that it gives us something a little bit different, if I change the constant depth step to 6, because I believe the pocket is a multiple of 5. So if we machine that now, then what we'll find, as you can see there, is that it's done it in 6mm steps, but it hasn't got right down to the bottom because the pocket is not an exact multiple of 6mm. But that doesn't matter, because if we just go into that operation again, then we can say for the depth step advanced, then we can click on machine flatlands. So what that will do is it will find any flat areas which don't coincide with a 6mm step over. Pardon me. Okay, so now you can see it's added in extra toolpaths to machine right down to the bottom of that pocket. Okay, so now we go on to the open contour here, and we need to do a different method of doing that. So if we go into machining again, advanced machining, and if we try to use wireframe, and we use roughing, and we'll choose the drive curves, click, press enter to accept, and we set the constant depth step and the minimum step over we want there. And this time we need to put in the height because it doesn't know from that, so also we want to go -15. And what you'll get there is you'll get an error message. Well, it's not an error, it's just a message saying 0 positions have been calculated, because it can't know how far out of that profile to go. So what we need to do is we need to give it a containment field. So if we just go into view XY and just go back into geometry and put a rectangle around there. So if I just click a rectangle so that it's large enough to cover that, and then when we go back into that operation, we go to roughing and we say stock definition, and we can say 2D containment, and the stock containment will be that box there that we've created. Now what it'll try to do is it'll try to machine around the outside of there, so we need to shrink that by the tool diameter, as you can see there, so that it's not going to overstep the thing. Okay. So that's how you do an open pocket and an open shape on the model. If the tool will go further out than you want on any of those things, then you go into here and you just make that a bigger number. Okay, so that's got rid of that, so it just goes here, as you can see, and it hasn't tried to get into that area there. Okay, so that's how that works.